Republican pollster Chris Wilson joins us right now. Chris, the back and forth notwithstanding, I think what Scaramucci was saying is, well, you know, there might be a pursuit to put someone else on the top of the ticket. I don't see that, but obviously he was relaying his own frustration. But what do you make of that? There is already one guy challenging the president for the nomination, Bill Weld, the former Massachusetts governor. That doesn't seem to be generating much interest, but your thoughts?
No. Well, Neil, if you had named Weld, I doubt many of your viewers or anybody else in America could have named him as a potential as running against the president, nor does he have any chance of beating the president. I mean, the fact is that the president is hugely popular right now with Republican primary voters and Republicans in general, and it would take a group of physicists who study quantum mechanics to calculate the odds that he could actually be beaten in a primary, and the only way for the Republicans to have a new nominee would to beat him in a primary. I mean, what this gets down to is
this is exactly what the president. It has happened. The history has sort of been, suddenly jarred. Lyndon Johnson at 68 looked like he was going to be running again, and all of a sudden he won New Hampshire, but he didn't win by nearly as much as people thought he would. Gene McCarthy scored a major showing, and before you know it, Johnson bowed out of the race. Apples and oranges, I grant you. Vietnam War backdrop there, very different, but there is some
unpopular
crazy precedent. Yeah.
There is. It would be a crazy president. But, I mean, really what this is about is Anthony Scaramucci looking for TV time. I mean, he went on CNN. CNN just got more viewers in the clip that you showed than they probably had since sweeps week. I mean, this is what's funny about watching this is all of the journalists and pundits who paid him no attention, called him a laughingstock and a joke when he served as White House Communications Director for 11 days, now are acting as if this is some sort of massive or some sort of important commentary handed down from a major figure in the Republican Party, some sort of party elder. And it's frustrating for me to watch because it shows such hypocrisy from those media sources, those same pundits and commentators that I just mentioned that are dismissive of him and have been dismissive of him from the outset. And like I said, he really is just a fringe character, and all this is a cry for attention on his part, on Scaramucci's part.
Do you ever worry, though, if you say anything even nominally critical of the president, that all bets are off, that he might tweet some stuff about you?
It's not an unfair comment, but I will say I try just to call balls and strikes when I talk about the president or anybody else in politics for that matter. And that's the beauty, I guess, of talking about polling and data and making sure that I pick the right polls that I'm talking about and doing analysis from that standpoint. But it's one that Scaramucci went after him in a way that he knew that he would get a response. And it probably pays off and gets Scaramucci. It did. It worked and gets Scaramucci back in the news for a few days.
Chris,
hey, look, we're talking about him now.
We are indeed. That would never happen to you, young man. Chris Wilson, GOP pollster,
Thanks,
Oklahoma
Neil.
City.